This is K1DBC. All stations please stand by. The Denver Radio Club Learning Net starts in 5 minutes.
W0TX repeater.
This is Jerome, K1DVC. The DRC Learning Net will start in 1 minute. All stations, please stand by. Hello and welcome back to the Denver Radio Club Learning Net for July 12th, 2023. Great place to learn about ham radio STEM topics in general, and thankfully we have plenty of combined experience and expertise. This is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie K1 DBC. My name is Daron Delta Oscar Romeo Oscar November, and I am tonight's net control. Last week, we spoke about, let me see if I can bring some information up here, a lot of topics as far as I'm aware. Let me see, field day recap, some DRC Saturday stuff I'm sure we'll be talking about again here because it's coming up this weekend here. Somebody was asking about field day QSOs, that was Ron FPI. There was some news from ARL. Some unique cheap HTs we talked about. AE0IR was talking about external antenna with HTs, pretty good usage there. KF0NCT was talking about DMR usage and some other stuff. So this is K1 DBC Net Control. Yeah, we're here to talk about your comments, questions, your recent projects, anything else. So that's what we'll be discussing further here this evening. You can contact us via email if you like, elmer@w0tx.org. Over on our club website, w0tx.org, you'll see a page for officers, club volunteers, things like that. And you'll see a bunch of emails on there as well if you ever want to get a hold of someone via email or phone. There's a lot of contact information on there. And then as well, we stream and archive our nets over on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club, youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. So if you'd like to see behind the scenes of the net or visual context, that is an additional way to view the net. Let's see, this net can be broken at any time for emergency or priority traffic by using the word break. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? All right. w0tx.org/check-in, all one word, check-in. It will redirect you to a spreadsheet, and you can follow along with the check-ins. And so if you ever, and this is open to everyone, anyone can view this. It's a Google Sheet, but it's a kind of a nice way for a net control operator to be able to run net control. It makes things a lot easier. We put in a call sign and it fills out all the information for us. So again, w0tx.org/check-in. There is a link on our webpage as well. And you can follow along with the check-ins. If you ever have any questions about who checked in, a call sign, things like that, you can always find things there. All right, all check-ins to the net will be taken in alphabetical groups based on the first letter of the suffix of the operator's call sign. The suffix is the first letter after the number in the call sign. If you can, please try to use ITU phonetics for your call sign and indicate if you have traffic or questions as you check in. If your suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now.
W.
Whiskey 0, Bravo Kilo Sierra, Barb in Wheat Ridge. No traffic.
This is Kilo Echo 0 Alpha Bravo, Ken in Lakewood.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I'd like to welcome knowledge of the following check-ins: W0BKS Barb and KE0AB Ken. Thank you all so much for checking in there. Once more, or at this point, I think there may have been a double in there. If you did try to check in and I didn't call your call sign, go ahead and call now.
Kilo Romeo 0, Tango Echo Alpha, Terry, Arvada, no business.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. That time we had KR0TEA. Terry, thank you so much for checking in. I think there may have also been a double on that one. If you just tried to call in and I didn't call your call sign, so TEA, I got you checked in, but if there was someone else trying to call in there or was trying to call in during the initial A through M call suffixes, please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Hold up there for just a moment. All right, one more thing I forgot to mention is that our repeater does currently require a 100 hertz PL tone. So do make sure that you do have a 100 hertz PL tone. I may have skipped over the sentence of 145.490. Let me see if I can bring this up here real quick. So they have a negative 600 kilohertz offset, so you transmit on 144.890 and receive on 145.49, and it is required at 100 hertz PL tone. So if you're ever trying to get in and we're not calling you back, just make sure you have the 100 hertz PL tone set up, and do keep in mind we have a 3-minute or so timeout on the repeater at the moment, unfortunately. So with that, again, if your call suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, and you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net, please check in now.
Alpha Fox 0 Echo, Alex Bromfield. I have a question about this online check-in.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Alpha Whiskey Charlie, Brian, Centennial, no traffic.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Foxtrot Papa India, Ron in Lakewood, no traffic.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Hold up there for just a moment. Showing some photos here of our DRC Saturday events, if you can attend it. If not, it's too bad, but great events here. This is K1 DBC Net Control. That time, I'd like to acknowledge follow the check-ins. We had AF0E Alex with a question. I didn't catch what that was about, though, but we'll come back to here in just a few minutes. KF0 AWC Brian and KF0 FPI Ron. Thank you all so much for checking in. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. We'll go ahead and open up the whole alphabet. We'll take all call suffixes, all call signs. This is K1 DBC Net Control. If your call suffix begins with the letters A through Z, Alpha through Zulu, let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions for the net, please call now.
Kilo Echo 0, Sierra Uniform Mike, Jonathan, Lakewood.
Alpha Echo 0, Sierra Foxtrot, Steve, Denver, a couple of questions. Alpha Echo 0, Yankee Romeo, Ed in Arvada, no traffic.
Kilo Charlie 0 Uniform November Tango. Micah and Thornton, no traffic.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Hold up there for just a moment. Net Control, I'd like to welcome knowledge the following check-ins. KE0SUM Jonathan, AE0SF Steve with some traffic, couple questions there. AE0YR Ed, and KC0UNT Micah. Thank you all so much for checking in. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Again, this is the Denver Radio Club Learning Net, a great place to learn about ham radio STEM topics and everything that ham radio covers. And we have plenty of combined expertise and experience. So if you'd like to check in, we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. If you'd like to check in just for the count, or if you have any traffic or questions, we're taking all call suffixes, all call signs. Let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions, please call now.
November 0, Tango Romeo Papa, Jim in Lakewood. Good evening.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. That time we had N0TRP. Jim, thank you so much for checking in. Once more, this is an hour-long net. We'll be going until 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Check us out on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club if you'd like a live stream of this net and kind of what I'm looking at, and or archive if you missed this net or past meetings, things like that. w0tx.org/check-in, all one word. You can follow along with the check-ins. It's basically just a spreadsheet with all the check-ins, call signs, names, and some relative information. And it makes it a lot easier for myself or anyone else if you'd like to ever be a net control operator. You put in a call sign and it fills all the information in for you there. So glad to see everyone. A lot of help here recently on some of our nets. A lot of people helping in with that. So again, at the moment, if you'd like to check in, we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. Please check in now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Always losing my train of thought here. Let's see, a couple people checked in with some questions here. AF0E Alex and AE0SF Steve. So we'll get back to you here in just a few minutes. We'll take official check-ins throughout the net, so don't hesitate. I'll definitely be calling for people out there. But if there's ever a lull in the conversation, if no one's speaking, don't ever hesitate to jump in. So again, don't hesitate to comment on our YouTube live stream or past comments. We're always willing to help out however we can. So with that, I guess we'll throw it over to Alex, AF0E. Go right ahead.
Yeah, this is AF0E. I have a question about that online check-in, w0tx.org/check-in. That gives me, I can say it, but it's a read-only version. Is that how it's supposed to be? Over.
A good question there, Alex, AF0E. So for right now, it is. I'm trying to figure out how to best integrate it so people can check themselves in and that I can check people in over the air and things won't step over each other. So for right now, it's really just open for net control operators to put their call sign in. So I'm trying to figure out the best way of doing things here. But that's kind of what I'm hoping for is something finally where people can put their own call signs in, check themselves in, things like that. But at the moment, that's not how it is, unfortunately. But the spreadsheet is available to download, I believe. So if you ever want to look in and behind what's going on here. But unfortunately, at the moment, it really is just for myself and a couple of other people that have acted as net control operators. So hopefully that answers that. If you have any follow-up on that, go right ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I was just under impression that I can check in somehow online, actually, instead of just seeing who is checking in. But it's fine. It's by design. So thank you. Over.
Not a problem. This is K1DBC Net Control. Yes, about 7 months ago, there was basically very similar operation here where you could basically just go to that same address and check yourself in, essentially. It really wasn't being used too much, so I've kind of redirected that URL to something else at the moment. So I'm going to try to figure out a combination, a hybrid, where it makes it easy for people to see who's checked in and makes it easy from a data perspective, not have to do a bunch of stuff. So I'm just trying to keep it simple for the moment. So, but what you're looking for is definitely what I'm striving for. And this is just a free open source product. So I'm just putting in my own volunteer time into this. But yeah, definitely what you're asking for and looking for is what we're definitely trying to strive for in the future. But yeah, this is K1DBC Net Control. Again, W0TX.org. Hopefully at some point you'll be able to check yourself in. Net control operators will be able to work alongside that, and harmoniously we'll be able to take a lot of check-ins and streamline the process here. So this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, really appreciate that. So this is, again, K1DBC Net Control. Anyone else on that topic at the moment, please call now. Yeah, AE0SF. Steve, go right ahead.
I think that may have been one of my questions also, but I wasn't thinking of the spreadsheet you're talking about. I was thinking of the actual web page where it has a login and stuff, but there doesn't seem to be any way to get into it. It either, well, I don't know what my password is if I have one, but there's if you do the retrieve password, it doesn't do anything, and if you try to create an account, it wants you to join the Denver Radio Club even if you're already a member. So I don't know if that's what he was talking about or not. AE0SF back to the net.
Albert, yes, that is correct. 14549 minus 600 kilohertz offset. Receive is 14549, transmit 14489, and minus 600, or same difference there, and then 100 hertz for PL tone. This is K1DBC Net Control. Sorry, I was just answering a question for in the YouTube chat here, AWS about accessing the repeater. But Steve, AE0SF, that wasn't the question, but that is a huge part of what we've tried to do in the past as well. Is we've tried to get some sort of membership or a login process for our website. We're trying to get it so. Yeah, so at this point, it's in the past, it's you should have been able to, unfortunately, but we'll try to open it up so you can create an account no matter what. Our website is definitely a work in progress, so I didn't realize it was at that point right now, unfortunately. So I'll make sure that you can at least create an account, but create an account really doesn't get you too much at the moment, really, for our website. But let me drop here for a moment. Yes, so the check-in process, yeah, if you had visited that same link 6 months, maybe a year ago, you would have seen a form you could fill out, basically, and it would fill out a spreadsheet with your call sign. So it was a very basic process. So, yeah, we're trying to gain a hybrid of that at some point. And then also we're trying to gain a lot of automation with our membership process as well to kind of automate the process and set up kind of recurring subscriptions and things like that. So that's fallen a little bit by the wayside, but hopefully we'll pick up a little bit more steam here on that. So great couple of questions there. A lot of stuff on our website, and we're always looking for help, and we have a lot of help here now too. So this is K1DBC Net Control. I'll throw it out to the group. Alex or Steve, AF0E or AE0SF, or anyone else on those topics. Go right ahead. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Anyone else on, very quickly while we're talking about that, our website or a check-in process, check-in spreadsheet, anything like that, go right ahead. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I got the inspiration from NetLogger. If you've seen that product, some other groups use it. I was recently seeing it on the ARL section net, and it seemed like a cumbersome process. So I just wanted to, one last thing, just kind of give credit. I'm using a website called, where is it here? Callsignlookup.info, I think. Let me make sure that's what it is. Calllook.info. They provide a free API to look up call sign information. And this is against the AR or the FCC ULS database. So basically, I'm using a free service. Everything's free. We've pitched over some money because it's a pretty awesome way to tech people in. Products like NetLogger require like a QRZ subscription, I think, to be able to automatically look things up. So this just provides a free way essentially to put in a call sign, and it looks everything up. And then spreadsheets just make things a lot easier. So if you're ever interested, if your club, any other clubs are ever interested in a really easy check-in process, we can help them with that. So this is K1DBC Net Control. Let's see. Next we had Steve, AE0SF. A couple questions, and the net is yours. Go right ahead.
W0TX repeater.
Yes, this is AE0SF. That was one of my questions already. The other one is on a different topic. I went to a fire muster with Denver Aries about a month or so ago, and people had all these nice little one-sided headsets connected to their radios, their handheld radios. So I was trying to look for one. Ham radio outlet doesn't have one for my radio, and I can't find one anywhere else. So I wanted to know if anyone is aware of one. The radio I have is a Yaesu FT65R, I think it is. AE0SF back to the net.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I'll try to come back on the muster as well here, and just as well because we've helped as well in the past here. But the FT65R looks like it may just use I don't know what the name of the plug is, but just a standard kind of plug that you would see on an HT radio, maybe 3.5, and then another. I forget what the other diameter of the other plug is, but. Just a regular earpiece, I think, for like the Yaesu line. You might be able to look up. Some of them are kind of just standard black. I don't know if they were using like a Secret Service type ones with the the round thing. I don't know what those are, but yeah, I don't know anyone else on that. A single earpiece for Yaesu FT65R. Go right ahead.
Comment, SUM.
Yeah, KE0 SUM, Jonathan, go right ahead.
Yeah, what you're asking for is like a Heil headset to adapt to an FT65. Problem is Heil headsets a lot of times start with a 1/4-inch jack, and they don't make an adapter that goes down. That's called a Kenwood style plug. Yaesu uses them on some of their radios too, but I don't know that you could adapt anything down. Just my thought. KE0 SUM, back to that.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Yeah, I guess I may have misunderstood that question there. So, Steve, I don't know if you want to follow up on that. Was it kind of just like an in-ear piece that you might see, or is it kind of just maybe a larger headset with a microphone on it? Go right ahead.
AB6CC.
AB6CC, I got you checked in. I'll get back to you here in just a minute. Appreciate that. SF Steve, I don't know if you have any other follow-up on that. Go right ahead.
Not too much. That one you were just looking at online was kind of what I had in mind, and I saw the one you were looking at earlier. That's probably what I'll end up getting, but I think my question was probably answered anyway, that there isn't really anything like that that's available for my radio. E0SF back to the net.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Misheard the check in there. That was KB6CC. Got you checked in there. Kilo Bravo 6 Charlie Charlie. I'll get back to you in just a second. So yeah, some of the images I was just bringing up here, just your typical kind of in-ear piece, kind of cheap $15, $20 wired headset and built-in microphone that you would kind of get. And then some of the other ones was the Heil microphones, as mentioned there. Very good quality headsets, and can hear quite well probably in an outdoor environment, and a pretty good microphone there as well. But uses so Heil is probably is more in the professional audio engineering, so they'll use some maybe different cabling, so it might require some adapters and things like that. So and may not be possible potentially at all, because who knows. So good questions there, good follow-up. Real quick here, the Mile High Hook and Ladder Club Antiques Fire Truck Fire Parade and Muster. Yeah, we've driven a Salvation Army there in the past few years, and honestly, they'd love to have us out there in the future. So if you're ever interested, you're more than happy to help out with that. So Littleton Parade down Littleton Boulevard, and really cool, just showcasing of vehicles. And yeah, I think some of the Aries groups, as mentioned, they're help and supported. So really awesome event, just a nice family-friendly event, free to attend. So I think maybe KB6CC had some comments there. KB6CC, go right ahead.
Yeah, concerning that microphone, speaker, earphone, whatever for the Yaesu radio. Yep, the Yaesu has that 3-conductor pin, a tip, two rings, and a sheath. Lido Audio just sent a thing, $25, free shipping, and it's a speaker mic, but you can get any old cheap earphone to plug in a jack on the microphone if you have to have something in your ear and you don't want your speaker mic hanging on your lapel up close to your face. That would be a nice, inexpensive way, and it is, he says, for the FT60, and I think the FT65 uses the same pin outs. KB6CC.
Yeah, the FT60 uses a 1-pin speaker mic, whereas the 65 is the Kenwood 2-pin type, KE0SUM.
Well, that's true. That second pin is power, but the one pin, or jack, as if you could call it, has four conductors: a tip, two rings on the shaft of the pin, the plug, and then the end. So basically, there's four connectors going into that one jack for those Yaesu radios.
Oh, I see. You're correct. So really don't need the other pin. Thanks for the information. KE0SUM, back to net.
And for that Lido one, they do have others with the earpiece and the fancy little goodies, and they're not too expensive. But this speaker mic, right there in your lapel, and then a short earphone that can plug into a jack, which is just two conductors on the microphone for something to put in your ear. And they were running a special with free shipping, so thought that might help out. KB6CC.
All right, KB6CC. This is Daron, K1 DBC Net Control. Appreciate all the information there. Yeah, I was looking at the pinout here for the FT65R cabling here. Lido, I was trying to look that up. I couldn't find anything. Can you spell that? Maybe is it LIDO, Lima India Delta Oscar? I was struggling to find some of the converters you were talking about. That. Go right ahead.
It's Lido Audio, and let's see, I'm on the wrong page there, but Lima India Delta Oscar Alpha Uniform Delta Indio Oscar.com, and they're the same ones that make those mounting adapters for cars. I have a little gooseneck thing that works great. And I'm trying to look through their product line to find just the earpiece thing, but the microphone is an LA5, I think. Nope, LA-3 speaker mic.
Okay, I think I did find their website as well. Yeah, I was having an issue trying to track down some of those connectors you were talking about, though. But yeah, we'll try to find some things up on there. So very cool. Appreciate the follow up on that. So yeah, there's some pretty good solutions out there. It sounds like. So this is K1 DBC Net Control. My computer is really struggling at the moment. Anyone else comments, questions on what we've talked about so far? Check-in process website, the Fire Muster. I can try to bring up a couple things on that. Some headsets and microphone combinations. Anyone else? Call right now.
Kilo, Foxtrot, 0, Mike, Charlie, Mike, KF0 MCM, D. Michael and Morrison.
All right, KF0 MCM, Mike, Charlie, Mike, got you checked in there. Appreciate that. I guess with that, yeah, a little overdue for the check-in process. So if you're just tuning in, my name is Daron. Call sign is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie. I'm running the Denver Radio Club Learning Net this evening. It's a great place to learn about ham radio STEM topics, and thankfully we have plenty of combined experience and expertise. If you'd like to check in, we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. Let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions, please call now.
Kilo 0 Lima Papa Romeo, Lanier and Inglewood.
Albert in Westminster, no traffic.
K0 LPR Lanier in Inglewood.
All right, this is Daron, K1 DBC Net Control. Hold up for just a moment. All right, I think there was a double in there, but I got you both checked in there. Really appreciate you guys both coming back there. K0LPR Lanier and W0AWS Albert. Got you both checked in. Thank you so much. Again, we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. If you'd like to check in just for the count or if you have any traffic or questions, please call now. Yes.
Kilo Foxtrot 0 November Charlie Tango KF 0 NCT Lakewood. Josh.
Got checked in, Alex. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. We had online a few minutes ago KS0E Alex, appreciate that, and then we had KF0NCT. Got you checked in there over the air. Really appreciate that. So this is K1 DBC Net Control. We have another 25 minutes or so to discuss anything you like about ham radio, STEM topics, anything that ham radio covers, any projects you're working on, questions that you might have. I'll reach out to the group. Any other check-ins just at the moment, though? Any further check-ins, please call now.
KB6CC with a follow-up.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. We had a couple things there. Over the air, we had KB6CC with a follow-up, and then online we had KC0UNT, Micah, talking about maybe renovating a Go box. So with that, we'll throw it over to Scott, KB6CC, and then we'll throw it over to Micah here in a minute. So Scott, KB6CC, then that is yours. Go right ahead.
Just brief, I was exploring that Lido audio site, and I found an earpiece type thing. They call it a surveillance lapel microphone. A commercial grade is $35, and another one is $19, and it says it goes for the FT65 in a little drop-down selection. So I don't know. It looks like those things they use on TV. Stick in your ear, phone, and then you talk into your cuff on your wrist, I guess. Anyway, thought I'd pass that along. KB6CC.
All right, sounds good there. KB6CC got you, got that information there. Yes, it looks like a surveillance lapel microphone with acoustic tube, yeah, that you would see maybe in film and media like that. So yeah, that's a good option there. So appreciate that. So very cool. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Let's see, and then we had Micah. I don't know if you want to go ahead. KC0UNT. Then it is yours if you'd like to discuss anything about the Go box.
Oh, not much to discuss. Just you were saying projects that we were working on, so I'm throwing brand new IC7300 into a Go box with an ID 5100 to cover all my needs and options. But had to get a new power supply because the one that was in my box previously died, so I just got an itch to start tearing the whole thing apart and redoing the new one.
A question.
All right, very, very cool stuff there. IC7300 and the ID 5100 dual band D-Star transceiver there. And it looks like there was a question in there. SUM, go right ahead.
I was wondering, The 7300 is a pretty large radio, and what battery are you using? The 5100 is a great choice, but it seems like kind of a heavy go kit, just my opinion. KE0SUM.
Yeah, I kind of have a couple of different tiers of radios to go, so to speak. I have an 818 if I'm doing QRP, and I just have a little Bioenno, I want to say it's a 4 amp hour, 6 amp hour battery for that. But then in my Go box previously, I had an IC7000 that if I still want to be packable and hit HF, I can take that one up. And I don't have a battery for that currently that's packable. I'm thinking about the Bioenno 12 for that. But for the big box, that's an AC powered unit. But I also have a deep cycle marine battery that I can plug that into that has solar panels and all that kind of stuff as well.
Oh, thanks for answering. You're well thought out.
Well, in theory, on paper it looks good. We'll see how it works in practice. And KC0UNT, because I didn't do it earlier.
All right, sounds good. KC0UNT. This is K1 DVC Net Control. Yeah, really cool stuff there. Interesting information. There was something I was trying to bring up here, and I'm just struggling to. But yeah, Go boxes, Go kits, really cool way to make a portable setup out of radio and battery power and things like that. So yeah, really cool stuff there. So. Really great update there. Yeah, if you ever want to let us know in the future how that goes, take some photos, send that over, and we'll give that over to the group. So yeah, anyone else on Go boxes or any other projects or any other comments, questions, please call now. This is K1 DVC Net Control. If you want to make your Go box 10 times more expensive already than it is, there's interesting ways, another concept called CyberDecks. So if you want to make it look all stylish, really interesting looking, there's a lot of ways to do that. So there was, I'm just looking at yet another ham radio CyberDeck here. Pretty cool setup, Raspberry Pi and touchscreen and keyboard, things like that. Let me see what they have here. Laptop, touchscreen or LCD screen. Let's see, radio transmit receive with cheap dual separate software-defined radios. Looks like it's maybe a QRP here, but interesting other ways to take a Go box to the extreme. But Go box though is always interesting projects and interesting to see. So really cool stuff there. This is K1 DVC Net Control. Anyone else on that or anything else? Please call now.
Question, KE0SUM.
KE0SUM, Jonathan, go right ahead.
The ham I was just speaking to, and I'm pretty good with names, but we just kind of met. I was curious about your Bioennos with your QRP. You said maybe a 3 or a 6 amp. How much life do you get out of them? I also have a 6 amp and a 12 amp, but yeah, the smaller ones, they seem ideal. What's your normal activation? How often do you have to charge them?
Sorry, I think that was for me, KC0UNT. Something about the Bioenno. I was far enough inside the house that it was breaking up real bad. Can you repeat?
Oh, yeah, sure. You'd mentioned using a small Bioenno, like a 3 amp on your QRP rigs. I was just curious what kind of life you got out of them and how often you had to charge them. KE0SUM.
I've only used it a couple of times now on the 818, but I've done activations for 2 hours I didn't really measure the power on it when I got back home, but it was still putting out good power in the radio. But that's running at 5 watts. So yeah, not bad. I know a couple of people that have used them for many hour activations on the little 818. They just sip battery. It's not hard. And I looked at it. I think it's a 6 amp hour battery.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Appreciate the follow-up there. Good question there, SUM. Yeah, a little bit above my pay grade. I can maybe recite some things that I'm finding on here online as well. But yeah, good follow-up there. Appreciate that, UNT, Micah. So yeah, it sounds like there's pretty good usage with, or light usage with maybe Bioenno battery. But anyone else on that? Otherwise, I can maybe repeat some things I'm seeing right here online. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I Googled the term Bioenno and QRP. There was a link from reddit.com/ham radio from about a month ago. Somebody asking if a 12-volt, 6 amp hour Bioenno is how long should you run this battery or similar ones before you need to charge it? A few comments here. People was asking about or replying with. Apparently, this is right from the Bioenno website. How much power do I have left in my battery? How can I tell? Bioenno Power lithium iron phosphate battery is not like traditional batteries. Voltage drop is linear and not proportional to discharge. Batteries will not show voltage drop until the end of the battery's rated capacity. There are numerous vendors and companies that make devices, but they recommend PowerWorks watt meter as their best options. Another comment here was a discharge curve on a Bioenno battery is pretty flat. It's going to basically give you the same output voltage until it's completely discharged. Nice thing about these batteries is the battery management system circuit built into each one effectively prevents you from either overcharging or completely discharging them. They will also shut down the battery before that happens. So, and then there's some pretty deep math here about some stuff. I can drop that nerdiness here on you guys if you want, but I'll drop here. Anyone else at the moment, please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Citation needed. Another answer here, though, is doing the math. Let's see. They have a kit that draws 55 milliamps on receive and 950 milliamps on transmit. If they do a 3-to-1 receive to transmit cycle, that's an average of 55 plus 55 plus 55 plus 950 equals 1.115 amps divided by 4 equals, I guess, more or less 280 milliamps or 0.280 amps. They don't run the battery completely dead, so they figure they use just want to use 80% of the capacity or 4.8 amp hours. So great math there. Not too sure. Citation always needed, but hopefully that maybe answered your question there, Jonathan, or anyone else's. Or if anyone else has any comments or questions on that, QRP on Bioenno batteries or Go boxes or things like that, please call now. MCM, KF0MCM. Michael, go right ahead.
Thanks for doing the net. I'm going to make sure my calendar has a reminder so I don't show up late next time. I'm shopping batteries. Amazon has a 95 amp hour lithium polymer, lithium ion. No, lithium ferrophosphate. So it's the LiPo. Not LiPo. Facts right. Break it. Yeah, for $250. So I've been shopping around for that for a while. Seems like a really good deal. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm waiting. And the other thing, you guys were talking about the Digi rig. I've got that on order too. Being licensed about 90 days. I'm going to try to get the packet radio here on DRC, maybe do some wind link.
Very cool stuff there, MCM Michael. Appreciate that. Not too sure if it's the exact one you're looking at, but looking at a 12 volt 95 amp hour LiFePO 4 battery. Yeah, their labeling and stuff is a little bit here, so a little odd here. So no reason, no wonders you might get confused if you're looking at it there. But and then KE0SUM Jonathan, or excuse me, KS0E Alex in the chat there put it. It's a good price there, and he recently brought kind of a home built one. Battery from AliExpress and some other things there. It says a pretty good price here, and then let's see, there's reviews of 100 amp hour LiFePO 4 batteries that can be helpful. Some YouTube reviews of 100 amp hour LiFePO batteries. Looks like it's might be another good point to look at for that rating there. So, and then DigiRig, WinLink, and all sorts of stuff we're getting up into, and a lot of our members are, and our club has things like that. So, and then our DRC Saturday events have a pretty good place to show off any of this stuff and talk about this stuff. So MCM Michael, really appreciate that. I don't know if you have any other follow up on that. Go ahead.
I just really appreciate the call out, sir. You're doing a great job, and I appreciate the other members that I know and have met. Just find it real difficult to break in and scream out my call sign and try to get some airtime. But I appreciate the net tonight. And, thanks again, Kilo Foxtrot 0, Mike Charlie Mike.
All right, Mike Charlie Mike. Sorry to hear that. It's kind of a happening net, but don't ever hesitate to jump in. It's honestly a lot of us are we don't bite, and we've talked enough, so don't ever hesitate to jump in, because we'd always love to hear new things, new names, new call signs, new projects. So really appreciate that. If you ever need follow up on that, let us know. Looking at the w0tx.org/packet for our packet network that you can access, I believe, via WinLink, I think, 2 meter and HF as well, AC0VC, a pretty active packet network. So pretty cool stuff there, BBC stuff, or BBS, excuse me. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Anyone else? We have another 10-15 minutes or so. No hard stop, but we usually end in about 8 to 10 minutes. If anyone has anything, please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Let's see here. Just talking about packet here real quick. Some pretty old videos from 1992, dating back to 1992. Bill Rinker, W6OAV, has created these videos, and we've recently on our YouTube gotten chaptering working. So I'm starting to go back through these videos and a lot of other videos to get chaptering working. So there's like a 12-hour course or something like that, and this just allows you just to kind of quickly browse through some of these things here. So this is maybe a little bit outdated presentation, but still pretty interesting to look at. So this is K1 DBC Net Control. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Again, just to hammer the point in here for YouTube chapters, if you ever are watching our YouTube videos after the fact, they now have chapters, which makes it a lot easier. If you've ever used them, you know what it is. It basically, on mobile or television, smart TV, it makes it a lot easier to skip to exactly the things you want to see, and you don't have to sit through the things you don't want to. So check out our videos. We're starting to go through our meetings and things like that and add them to it. So yeah, really appreciate everyone's participation on that. This is K1 DBC Net Control. I'm sure we can bring up the DRC Saturday event coming up here. I don't know if Alex wants to talk about that. If not, I can bring that up here. But if anyone else has any other comments, questions, check-ins, or anything, please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Upcoming event, really cool event. We're going to be doing a Parks on the Air event. Rocky Flats Wildlife Refuge this Saturday, July 15th. Everyone is welcome, member or not, licensed or not. Even if you're not, I mean, if you're not licensed or lower level technician or whatever it may be, this will be an opportunity to basically transmit on frequencies that you might not be able to normally. But check things out on our website, w0tx.org, right on our front page. DRC Saturday, Parks on the Air activation. 9 a.m. people will start to gather up, and then the activation is around 10 a.m. There's a Google Maps link to the public parking lot. We'll probably meet up there, and then we'll probably head out to the park a little bit further in. Hopefully there'll be some coverage of talk-in frequencies 14549. Just the net that you're talking in on here now, if you'd like to participate in that. We'll try to put out some information as well, more real-time and live as to where the maybe the activation occurs. But do check things out. 9 a.m. In the public parking lot. We'll start to meet up there. w0tx.org/ or just right on our front page. POTA activation, Parks on the Air. Let me drop here for a moment. We'll try to, I believe, bring some food for you if you'd like to eat. It's all free of charge, or maybe I believe. And then, yeah, Parks on the Air activation. I forget the exact one specifically. I'll see if I can try to update our website. I believe I do have it. But, yeah, check that out. These are great events. You'll also see some photos from our past events. Just a great way to meet up, show and tell, and just kind of hang out and have some fun. So this is Daron, K1 DBC Net Control. We'd love to see you out there, DRC Saturday. This 15th, July 15th, on our website is the Google Maps link at the Rocky Flats Wildlife Refuge, the public access parking lot.
Question.
Yeah, SUM, Jonathan, go right ahead.
Well, I'm going to ask you this because people listening might not know. You don't need to bring your own radio or antenna. You guys are going to have like 3 setups. Is that correct, Ron?
Correct. I sort of buried the lead on there, and we don't have enough information on our website, unfortunately. But yes, you do not need to bring out any equipment. We will have, I think, up to 3 radios at least. And let me see if I can bring up some of the information. We're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff here with a triplexer. Essentially, we're going to be trying to use one antenna with 3 separate radios, which should be pretty cool. So in a combination of a triplexer and I think I maybe have an image here. Let me drop for a moment. Okay, no photo, but yeah, Mark N0XRX, K0, and just a lot of the board members and things like that. Thankfully, we're purchasing equipment to be able to do a lot of pretty cool stuff here. So 3 radios, 1 antenna. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we'll be pretty cool here. So yeah, you don't need any equipment. Just show up, and if you want to operate, there'd be plenty of opportunity to do so. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Seeing some interesting conversation in here on the YouTube chat, and yeah, just want to reiterate, we're not necessarily your old grandpa's hobby, not fuddy-duddies. We're open to everyone and anyone. So there is a lot to this hobby, and the more we can learn, and the more that we can work with each other, it's really awesome. So this is K1DBC Net Control. A lot of crazy stuff, a lot of cool stuff we've discussed here this evening in past nets. Nearing the end of the net here, I'll throw it out. This will be, I guess, the second to last call. Any other comments, questions, check-ins, please call now. All right, this is Daron, K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, we'd love to see you out there this weekend. Again, any and everyone is welcome out there. Rocky Flats Wildlife Refuge, public access parking lot, 9 a.m. We're going till noon or so, 1 p.m. So check things out, and let's see. Yeah, before I take last check-ins, last things, some club business, w0tx.org / or just w0tx.org for more information on our club. Upcoming club meeting next week, 19th. Rocky Mountain section update presided by our section manager, Amanda Alden, K1DDN. So pretty cool stuff there. Check out their Facebook group, Colorado ARL. There's a lot of good information about surrounding area clubs, and a lot of cool stuff about our section. So this is K1DBC Net Control. What else? I can maybe bring up one or two more things, but anyone else at the moment? This will be the last call. Any other final comments, questions, check-ins? Please call now.
Kilo Zero Golf Papa Alpha late check-in. I was listening on a scanner. I had something on 10 meters.
All right, K0 GPA Bob. Glad to hear that in there. Always, yeah, I got you checked in. Always glad to hear the HF reports. I don't check in enough on that, but yeah, some 10-meter activity. So hopefully you maybe got some voice contacts or FTH or something like that. But yeah, great to hear that.
K0 GPA. Yeah, I'm in Lakewood. Name's Bob. And yeah, this afternoon, early afternoon, I think it was. I was going inside for something and decided to turn on the rig, and 10 meters is coming in. I worked a guy in Texas on around San Antonio, and there's quite a few other stations on too, but I had to get back outside. But yeah, and then on Friday, 6 meters was open a little bit too, and I didn't work anybody there except for one local guy, but I heard California, 6 call letters, that's California. They're coming in pretty strong too, so maybe the band will start picking up again. Oh yeah, and technicians can work 10 and 6 meters, 28, 300 to 500, that's on sideband, K0 GPA.
D0 CIV, WD0 CIV, late check-in.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. All right, K0 GPA Bob. Yeah, great to hear that. And WD0CIV, Charles got you checked in as well. So yeah, yeah, great mention as well. We forget to mention it, but there are a lot of technician and general privileges on the HF bands as well. So you don't necessarily need to be an extra to be able to operate yourself over the air on HF operations. So plenty of availability out there. So yeah, check out the ARL band plan and or privileges for the class, the call sign that you have. So great stuff there. So this is K1DBC Net Control. This will be even the more last call, any other last calls, check-ins, comments, questions, please check in now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Yeah, really appreciate everyone helping out on here. Pretty cool stuff. I'm looking at our recent for sale wanted here. Someone is putting up a DX Commander antenna for sale. It's pretty cool. And let's see another radio here, a TS 520 maybe it looks like. So check that out on our webpage. But with that, really appreciate everyone checking in here. This is K1 DBC Net Control. We had a total of, I believe, 20 check-ins. Hopefully didn't miss somebody, but I believe we had 20 check-ins this evening. Really appreciate that. Great activity here recently. A lot of stuff we're talking about. So yeah, a lot of our stuff over on our YouTube on this check-in page, and yeah, really good stuff. So this is K1 DBC Net Control. Appreciate the club for allowing us to use their repeaters for this net. Appreciate Elmers and everyone checking in and answering questions. Next week we'll have our again our monthly meeting, 7 p.m. It's online. You can find the link online, and we'll have an Elmers session, just like basically what this is, just a general Q&A about ham radio and everything that we've talked about. So 8 p.m. for that, or excuse me, 6 p.m. for the Elmers session and 7 p.m. for the meeting. Everything online. There was something else I wanted to briefly mention here. Yes, Discord. Very pretty cool stuff here. If you like what we've talked about this evening and you like to continue to have this sort of conversation, check out our Discord server. It's basically just a chat room. And there's a link right on our website under social media on the top one, w0tx.org/Discord. If you liked what we've been discussing here, this is a great way to continue that conversation throughout the week. And again, members of our club, non-members, everyone is welcome there, and really great conversations there. So with that, this is Daron, K1 DBC Net Control. Really appreciate everyone checking in here, and I guess 7-3, I will be clear. All right, everyone. Appreciate, again, another week on here. So let's see. Another quick thing to take us out here.
K0 GPA, KE0 SUM.
Hey, how's it going there?
Oh, Bob, I haven't talked to you in a while, but it's going fine.
Appreciate everyone's support here. Take it out for another 30 seconds or so. Appreciate everyone being on here. Again, we'll hope to see you this Saturday. And yeah, really cool stuff here. All right, everyone. Again, pleasure. We'll see you next time.